Luxembourg, Luxembourg.
What a beautiful day here in Luxembourg.
I have to agree, Luc Friede. And we wonder what will happen today.
What do you think you're talking about?
He was talking to Xavier Bettel about the situation in Luxembourg. And we agreed that it was a beautiful day.
No. I don't care if you're referring to the situation. I came here to talk about something.
What is it you want to tell yours Julie?
I've got to say that I made a call to you, Mr. Luc Frieden. Apparently, a rumor has started regarding the Grand Duke of Luxembourg. His name is Henri, and he's been Grand Duke for 25 years. There's a possibility that he will abdicate.
Why will Henri Grand Duke of Luxembourg abdicate? He will never do such a thing.
If Henri abdicates, his eldest son Guillaume will succeed him as Grand Duke of Luxembourg. I'm worried that he will be even worse than King George VII.
We have been made aware of the new Grand Duke of our country. He will be the best Grand Duke in this country.
I have to give out breaking news.
Get out!
We are interrupting our normal programmes to bring you an important announcement.
Henri, Grand Duke of Luxembourg, has abdicated. The 70-year-old had been Grand Duke of Luxembourg for 25 years, but he has now abdicated in favour of his son, Guillaume. Henri announced that he planned to abdicate late last year while delivering his Christmas speech, and that dream has now become a reality, as our royal correspondent Matt McGrath reports.
Well, we knew that this would happen. Henri, Grand Duke of Luxembourg, walking down the Grand Ducal Palace with his wife, Maria Theresa, on the day of his abdication. The Grand Duke signed a piece of paper confirming that he would abdicate in favour of his son, Guillaume. He had announced to abdicate late last year while delivering his Christmas speech, and the dream has now become a reality. Henri's successor, Guillaume, says that he wishes to be the Grand Duke who builds bridges between generations, between tradition and innovation. But there has been some controversy regarding Guillaume's appointment, with some people comparing him to Prince Andrew, a.k.a.
Why the heck did you interrupt our royal correspondent while he was talking? I was listening to him talk about the Grand Duke of Luxembourg.
I interrupted the royal correspondent's report because it contained a reference to Prince Andrew. And he is no longer known as Prince Andrew.
You did not need to interrupt our royal correspondent Matt McGrath during his report. He was talking about the Grand Duke of Luxembourg until it came to the point where he mentioned Prince Andrew. Can I continue the programme?
No. We can't let you continue the programme because of the reference to Prince Andrew. We have fired the royal correspondent for mentioning Prince Andrew during the report. Luxembourg, Luxembourg.
What do you think of the Grand Duke, Julie?
I find him to be modern and charismatic like me. And I bet he will continue the monarchy's tradition.
Yes, I think you're right there, Julie. The Grand Duke is well prepared for the role, and he is optimistic about the future.
Did I hear Hong Mei and Julie talking about me?
What do you think you're doing? I was talking to Hong Mei.
I am Guillaume, Grand Duke of Luxembourg, and I came here because I overheard you talking about me.
You did overhear us, Guillaume. And we bet that you're a modern and charismatic leader.
Julie literally said that before I came here, and I'm nothing compared to King George VII of the United Kingdom.
Wait a minute. Can I stop you here for a second? You said that you're comparing yourself to King George VII of the United Kingdom. I am worried about your comparison to him.
What the heck are you talking about, Julie? King George VII was the worst king of the United Kingdom.
Yeah, right. You're saying that just so you can compare yourself to George. And let me give you a history lesson. So, in 2025, King Charles III died, and almost immediately George became the youngest ever king. His first few years were uneventful, until in 2075, he faced a revolt by the British people after his proposal was rejected. Ultimately, he was stripped of his fortune and exiled to Mongolia. Does that make you feel better?
That was a pointless history lesson, Julie. And if anything, I'm 10 times worse than Prince Andrew.
Shut up! I don't want to hear it!
Whoa, Julie. Calm the heck down.
I'm sorry, but I can't stand it when people mention Prince Andrew. I get that he was stripped of his title over the controversy with Jeffrey Epstein and Virginia Giuffre. But I just had to yell at the Grand Duke for mentioning him.
You did not need to yell at me for mentioning Prince Andrew. Are you saying that you don't like Prince Andrew anymore?
Exactly. I used to like Andrew when he was a prince, and he was also the Duke of York at that time. However, When I found out that he would be stripped of his title, I was very sad. I find it upsetting that Andrew was stripped of his title, even though he was a prince for 65 years. And I'm upset with myself for yelling at the Grand Duke.
Don't be upset, Julie. Andrew is no longer a prince and your words of wisdom have helped you.
What the heck do you think you're doing?
We were listening to Julie talk about Prince Andrew. Can we continue the conversation?
No. We can't let you continue the conversation because you made references to Prince Andrew. And we have had to report you to the office.
Oh no. That doesn't look good.
At the Prime Minister's office.
What brings you into my office, Raya?
We came into your office because Guillaume, the Grand Duke of Luxembourg, mentioned Prince Andrew.
He did what? Why would the Grand Duke of Luxembourg mention Prince Andrew?
For your information, Mr. Luke Frieden, Prince Andrew is no longer a prince. That is why Julie yelled at me for mentioning him.
I do not care if you were yelled at. Your choice of words has put the Grand Duchy of Luxembourg in jeopardy.
I'm not putting the Grand Duchy of Luxembourg in jeopardy. Can I play Countdown with Julie?
Get out!
How many letters did you get, Guillaume and Julie?
I've got a 7.
And I've got a risky 8.
What's your 7, Julie?
Sailing.
And what's your risky 8, Guillaume?
Unsailed.
No, it's not there, I'm afraid. Sorry.
What did you say? You cannot blame me for what happened.
Enough!
I am very sorry, but there was no need for you to be so rude.
Julie, the 8-letter word unsailed is not in the dictionary. We think that you have to take the U and the N out of the word.
What do you mean unsailed is not a word? You just said that the word isn't in the dictionary.
That may be true, Christian Mansell, but I literally heard Susie Dent from Countdown say that my word is not in the dictionary. She must be accusing me of putting the Grand Duchy of Luxembourg in jeopardy.
Is that what you think, Guillaume? Luxembourg may be the 28th smallest country in the world, but you can't really go around and place it in jeopardy.
I'm not even surprised by your choice of words, Hong Mei, and I'm pretty sure that my word I wrote down is valid. Can you give me points for it?
No. We can't give you any points because your word was not valid. You need to write down a valid word before we can give you points.
Why the heck are you unable to give me any points? I wanted to get points for my word that I wrote down, and for no reason whatsoever you said to me that it is not in the dictionary. Can I get points for the word?
No!
I've had enough of this argument over my invalid word. I'm going to do something to Julie.
Oh no. That frightened me. Hide me, now.
What the heck did you do to Julie?
I punched her over my invalid word. Now I'm going to get into trouble.
How dare you punch Julie over your invalid word? You know that you can only get points if you've written down a valid word in the Oxford English Dictionary, including verbs, nouns and adjectives. The Prime Minister has had to call the police on you over your unacceptable behaviour. And
your career is over!
What do you mean you ended the Grand Duke's career? You just said that you would call the police on him.
You did not need to call the police on me, Mr. Luke Frieden. I only punched Julie because my word was not in the dictionary.
Stop right here immediately!
Oh my god, what is going on here?
I'm arresting you under Section 4 of the Public Order Act for the use of unlawful violence.
No!
We're interrupting our...
Enough!
We interrupt your program to bring you breaking news. A country in Europe has found itself in jeopardy after its leader was involved in a highly controversial arrest. Police say that the Grand Duke of Luxembourg was involved in an altercation at the Grand Ducal Palace, where he was yelled at by Julie for mentioning Prince Andrew. He proceeded to punch her after his risky word was declared invalid and was subsequently arrested under Section 4 of the Public Order Act for the use of unlawful violence. The Prime Minister has resigned as a result, and the Grand Duchy of Luxembourg's fate is uncertain. We now return to your program.
Luxembourg.
I can't believe that you got arrested.
It wasn't my fault that I got arrested, Julie, and I shouldn't have punched you over my invalid word.
I do not care if you got arrested, Guillaume. And you need to tell me why you showed unacceptable behavior.
I'm not telling you why I showed unacceptable behavior. It will result in consequences for Julie.
Tell me!
Why did you have to insult the Duke with your behavior? You will have to tell me why you insulted him.
All right, I will tell you. So basically, I became the Grand Duke of Luxembourg when my father, Henri, abdicated. I promised myself that I wished to be the Grand Duke who builds bridges between generations, between tradition and innovation. But after nearly 2 months of a peaceful reign, my promise was broken. I was involved in an altercation with the Grand... Why the heck did you interrupt me while I was talking?
Because you got yourself arrested by a police officer. And you are to be severely punished for punching Julie.
Why the heck are you severely punishing me for getting myself arrested? Can you let me continue my reign?
No. We can't let you continue your reign because you got arrested for punching Julie. And it's time for your punishments.
Oh no. That doesn't look good.
Guillaume V. Grand Duke of Luxembourg, what is wrong with you today? I cannot believe that you punched Julie over an invalid word and got yourself arrested. The government has had enough of your unacceptable behavior and has had to severely punish you for what you did. The first punishment is stripping you of your Grand Duke title and banishing you from the Grand Ducal family. The second punishment is dissolving the Chamber of Deputies and the House of Luxembourg-Nassau. The third punishment is demolishing all of the buildings in Luxembourg City and dissolving the flag carrier, Luxair. The fourth punishment is Luxembourg being forced to leave the European Union and Eurozone. And the fifth punishment is that Luxembourg will no longer exist as a country. I hope this will teach you a lesson, you disgrace of a Grand Duke. Goodbye.
Why the heck did you have to dissolve Luxembourg as a result of my behavior? I will have to play the national anthem of Luxembourg.
Enough!
I do not want to talk to you anymore.
I am devastated with myself over what happened.
Sorry, but I'm afraid the Grand Duke has been banished. And Luxembourg is no longer a sovereign country.
I'm very sad. Now what am I going to do with no Luxembourg as a European country?
I really do feel sorry for you, Julie.
No. I don't want to talk. Leave me alone, now.
That is the end of the Grand Duchy of Luxembourg. It is not a sovereign state because the Grand Duke was stripped of his title. And we say goodbye to the country founded in 1815. The end.